Much of the Nationality and Borders Act, which is going through the Lords and will be law very shortly, is simply reproducing stuff that's already on the statute book. It is, however, circumventing the fact that we are no longer in Europe. So, the Section 2 of the Asylum and Immigration Act 1996 actually had its own whitelist. And so in I think 1996, 1,068 asylum seekers had their asylum rejected because they were from designated safe countries. Now, those designated safe countries were basically countries in Europe. And that only worked because we were part of the European Union, and Europe already had that system in operation. The moment we went for Brexit, that system fell to pieces. So the idea that we are simply developing legislation which we already have got on the statute book is slightly disingenuous. So that idea, the whitelist, disappeared the moment we left Europe. It isn't efficacious. So it needs to be redone. So that new whitelist will only come into British law once this new Nationality and Borders Act receives royal assent. However, it is based on the misconception that we are still following European law, which of course we are not. We are trying to remove ourselves from European law. So it's a little bit naughty of Braverman and her team to persist with the whitelist when I strongly suspect it will be heavily challenged. Now, the idea is that if a person from one of these countries claims asylum, their claim would be certified by the Home Office as being clearly unfounded. The person would then have an opportunity under the old law to argue that the country actually was not safe, even if it was safe for other people. It's not safe for me. That's what the person could say. And this would then be seriously backed up by the Spanish protocol. Under Section 94 of the Nationality, Immigration and Asylum Act 2002, the idea of the whitelist is sort of further. It was established there anyway. But clearly unfounded, if somebody comes from a country which where asylum is clearly unfounded and it's designated safe, that doesn't automatically, even then, under the present legislation, doesn't automatically mean that somebody can't still claim asylum. In principle, they cannot have a review, but they can have a judicial review. And that's slightly different. So the question really is whether the legislation which is being put forward at the moment will allow for that. Can a decision for an asylum claim that is clearly unfounded be challenged, even if the person has no right of appeal to the immigration tribunal? The answer in the past was yes. The answer in the future is not so clear, except that the whole law, which is going through at the moment, the Nationality and Borders Act, is based on this fudge. Are we or are we not part of Europe? And why is that whitelist excluding countries like America, Canada, New Zealand, Australia? Because they are not in that whitelist. And I think they probably should be, shouldn't they? They're safe countries. The law is about what's on paper, not about what people intend or want. It's about what is written down.